You know what it is, Misha Boy Scepterpan. We're back to Scepterpan City and City Skylines. We're starting to finish up Purple Suburbia. And what are we going to do exactly in this episode? We're going to start adding the neighborhoods up in the east, up to the mountainside, onto the more cliffy, areas right here. As you can see, we're going to start adding some infrastructure. This highway bridge is going to turn to a nice little four-way bridge. There we go. Going to add some train stations and connections, and do a lot of infrastructure and some cleaning up of the town. For instance, we're going to build a couple of parks in several other areas of the map, like Town Hall and Invaliday. Ooh! Just adding some train lines, adding some bus routes, doing what we got to do essentially just to get the town to, get it moving, get that blood pumping, and it's something that's not suggestive. Oh man, time is flying by, isn't it, guys? Oh my god. I noticed that somebody else on YouTube is also very busy. The guy that I mentioned in the first video, Flux, he's not making any videos. I hope he's alright, doing okay with his exams. I think I'm doing mine pretty well. I didn't want to leave you guys without a video, so here it is. And I still think it's a pretty eventful video, all things considered. As I said before, we're gonna start fixing up several parts of the map as we're doing here. We're starting to add these upper suburbs, and this is Upper Suburbia of Purple Suburbia, and it's pretty nice. Juanitos, man, these crazy tracks. I don't know what to do with them. I really like the intro shot. That was pretty sweet. Don't want to blow my own trumpet. Man, why am I being so suggestive? My mind's on the wrong things right now. Oh, what am I doing? Oh, God. Anyway, yeah, so we're starting to add some nice little infrastructure. Everything's little. I'm picking up bad habits. We're starting to add some infrastructure here. Again, just to clean it all up, get some more population, get some more demand for things, even though we have pretty good demand right now. We'll see what we'll do about that. Add a couple of tunnels, connect the city in parts. It's gonna be great. Oh man, crazy tracks. Free Music Archive's been giving me some pretty sweet songs, as well for the other districts. That's kind of the problem, you start looking for songs, and in the end you're just finding more songs for the districts that you're not going to work on in the video that you're trying to find music for. It's actually kind of difficult, so I decided to go with a more disco type of vibe for this episode, whereas last time I had more funk, but I still think it kind of fits. And this is not even disco really, this is more modern, but I still think it's pretty sweet. Reminds me of like the Sims games, those weird Sim games that you had for the GameCube and all that stuff. Man, time flies. Weird track. Starting to fill in some of the suburbs here, get some sweet allocations, some cadastral lines. Is that what they say? Cadastrian? Don't know. Pretty sweet. This is of course Higher Falls, as discussed in a previous video. This is going to be Upper Suburbia. Yeah. Just I gotta do my thing. But how you been, man? I mean, shit, you're having a test too, or you, I don't know. Looking at my audience right now, most of them are 20 to 35. But I assume that's just because, well, back in the olden days when you, before you were 18 and you're trying to access the videos that you shouldn't be watching, whatever, people will register with ages over 18. That's when you get old, when you're able to finally fill in your actual date of birth for a video and it allows you to watch it. That's not when you're starting to get old. Man, this episode's starting off really depressing. Oh, I'm sorry. My mind's in on the wrong things. This part's a little addendum to Silver Cliff. I think this is really nice. We're gonna start making Silvercliff to a more, I don't know, it's kind of a yuppie area. Gonna have a little tennis court and stuff up there on that little hill. I think it's a little weird of a position. It's like right next to the highway, but and of course the industry for now. But we're, as I said in the previous video, we're gonna start moving that into Valentina. And oh my God, I think I just ate a bagel through my nose. I want to sneeze. Oh, sorry, that's disgusting. As you can see, we worked around in a one-way system around the town hall, added some sweet bus routes, pretty nice, and going around all the essential parts, trying to get the city all connected and stuff. And here it is. We're gonna start working on town hall. I'm pretty proud of town hall. I'm just gonna let you enjoy it for what it is. And I do want to say that you're having on a lovely shirt right now. You're looking very nice. I don't know how to like typify this genre. I used to be pretty good at typifying genres, but I just don't know what this is. Like the keyboard reminds me of G-Funk, and I don't know what this all is. Like the guitar is obviously a little funky, but it's kind of like that. I don't know. It's definitely not very hardcore funk. I don't know. It's like the strings are kind of disco-y, as well as this. Like this is like super disco, but I don't know. Weird tracks, weird music. They have all sorts of tracks on there, man. But you gotta find the right ones that you can use in videos. Starting to complain there, Scepter? Yeah, a little bit. You don't want to know how much time I spent trying to look for these tracks and then being a little dissatisfied with them sometimes. Like, sometimes I just try to find music where someone's singing, so you guys don't have to listen to me talk incessantly and uncontrollably talking about stupid stuff and messing up my speeches and stuff like that. Just repetition. Oh, shit gets me anxious, but I'm just trying to enjoy myself. Yeah, I like these little tree rows, or it's not really hedges. I want to say hedges, but it's rows of trees, kind of like an orchard, which is kind of also the idea that was building off of, to have this very encapsulated feel. So whereas most of the town is just basically buildings with roads, and you have a lot of cliffs and probably not a lot of areas that are very prone to have high density tree growth or whatever. Why am I doing that accent? It's not 80 Days from Monday Fun Day. Link. No, but it's I thought it'd be really interesting to have this very green area, especially because it's going to be right alongside Avicenna Avenues, which is of course a desert-ish area, which is especially not going to have a lot of parks, but as well as Purple Suburbia has a lot less prone areas, or I don't know, sufficient areas to have dense tree population. I thought it'd be interesting to have that around here, around the town hall, and also make it a nice little community area. You know, you can just go here. I bet they have like markets on the Sunday and stuff, and I don't know, they probably have a lot of crazy stuff going on there. Oh man, the song is so bumping. Not really. It's kind of white. Ooh. Yeah. But honestly, this is some of the most fun parts of the game, because this is just all about adding stuff, you know, having little I need a dictionary. Come on. How come I can spout off some words like, I don't know, calipagus, and I don't know, conundrum, calipagus is it? It is, I think. I don't know. Man, little. Everything's little. Struggle, fitna. Anyway, what I was gonna say? I don't know. I forgot. Sorry guys. Uh, damn it. No. Adding some more details to some of the areas, like right here along the church, which is, I don't know, like every section of the city I want to have something that's quite striking, like a symbol of something, you know. So you have the town hall here, you have the obviously the church, and in Faladay we're going to start building another park relatively soon, and just like having these little areas where, as you can see, the buses and stuff. Oh man, the buses are really fun just to see the infrastructure come together and stuff. But just to have like these, as I was saying, these places where you have this atmosphere, like something very unique, something striking that sticks out from the rest of the city. I think that's interesting. As well as that helps because this map has some pretty interesting geographical features. So that definitely helps to create some more diverse areas rather than just having a very standard square grid like everywhere. Having to work around this terrain, as you can see, like right here along this cliffside and these edges and ridges. Just gotta be creative with this stuff. Still trying to maximize areas and not have enough, not having a lot of dead space. Because that's also, that it doesn't look very realistic unless you have, like, of course, parks. But you don't want to have parks everywhere because that also costs money. As you can see here, we're starting to add in the other train station here in Trader Town. The beautiful suburb or neighborhood in the suburb of Purple Suburbia. I was going to say Purple Dina. Man, what's going on with me? I'm drunk, guys. I'm very sorry. I'm sleep drunk. I think it's interesting that these towns, like they feel kind of, of course they have this small feel to them, but essentially they're just I don't know, they're sort of like examples of towns. Like I always imagine like sprawling out, and it's just more like the quintessential feeling that you would get from them. Man, I don't know about you, but I'm liking it. I'm liking it. I'm gonna bore you with some. Oh, wait, no, I'm not gonna bore you. We're gonna start working on Lions Park here in Faladay. This, of course, being the other park next to the town hall that we're gonna build, and it has this really, really cool overview, as you just saw, of Avicenna Avenues. And this is really nice. I really like this section. It turned out pretty well. Creating some more symmetrical lines here with the trees. That's like that's a bit of a hassle sometimes with these trees because they always spawn in different sizes. As you can see, I'm just trying to figure out what to place there. It's kind of difficult. Start putting in some bushes. You don't want it to be too full, but you also don't want to be too empty. Like adding these little details really fills in the map, you know. You only notice it when you really have it, and otherwise it just feels sort of empty and something's missing. But just adding like these little rows again of these trees is it just adds a lot more ambiance to the area, and it gives it more of life, you know. It's fun. But this is a nice quaint town with a sweet little park. Little. Man, we should have a little counter. Fuck the swear counter. Let's just have that. What else is gonna be little? I'm belittling myself. That's always a good thing to do. Yeah, got some nice palms in there. Nice and tropical. Oh, just you gotta love the symmetry. I'm using the Traffic Plus Plus mod to have the little road in between that it allows for service vehicles and people to walk on, but it doesn't. It functions as a sidewalk, but it's actually a road, which is pretty helpful because then you can place things like the park on it, because you can't place parks on just these sidewalks as the one I just fixed. It's a good mod. If you didn't know about it, I'd be surprised if you didn't, if you'd like this game. But you know, just for people who are trying to start out playing this game and stuff, I recommend using it. I mean, I don't know if they kept up with the new expansion of After Dark, but for me it still works. So I'm not having any problems with it as of yet. It does slow down the game a little bit though, but you know, that's all right. As you can see, trees really make the area more lively. You know, you can have this really bald area. The problem with trees is you can have too much relatively quickly. I think this is it's full enough, whereas it's not sparse or feels empty, but it's definitely not completely cluttered. So it allows for a little bit of breathiness as well. I mean, you know, you often see these cities where it's just, it looks like a jungle. It's ridiculous, but you know, that's all right. Again, that's we're not gonna name names, but you know the one who shall not be named if you're into this game and other series of people. Still love you, man. It's just something that I noticed, and it's something that I'm personally trying to avoid. Adding another train station here, extending the area of Theater Roads to include this upper ridge here against the cliffside or the mountainside. Gonna have a train station here. It's really difficult to add train stations afterwards, like if you've already built the infrastructure in most of the areas. It's really difficult to get train stations in, so I had to basically maneuver around these edges of areas that I had not yet built in, because I wasn't really planning on doing train stations within the city, but I think it's quite, like, I just wanted to do one, but I think it's important to have a couple more, especially because there's a T section up on the hill. So you probably need to have 2 train stations at least for the lower parts, as in here around Theater Roads and the Town Hall, and up in Trader Town and Upper Suburbia. Desperately trying to get those S shapes. That should slow the train down significantly. But you gotta make do with the areas that you have, especially like having a lot of hillsides. Kind of difficult for laying down train tracks. I usually have to delete the train tracks anyway if you lay roads, if you put down roads, so it's always a little bit of a frustrating mess. And now we're starting to fix up Theater Roads. It was very flat before because I wanted to put down the gauntlet type of half circle amphitheater thing, and that's why I'm fixing it now. and add a little road that works up here. It's like a dirt road. Have it slide up against the mountainside. Pretty sweet. Add a couple of shops. That's always something that I like to do, is like to have little patches of things with a lot of space in between. That helps space out the feeling, and as well it creates a less dense town area. So that's always something to keep in mind when you're building towns. Like when I started out, I just wanted to create as dense a city as I could, but I think it looks a lot better if you have some shops with absolutely nothing in between, or well, not like just have space in between them. Have a little view of what it's like on top of the train if you're suicidal and you want to die. That's always great. I really wish you could remove the HUD in this case. I'm sure that you can, but I haven't figured out how to do that. Just decided to show you guys what it's like to be on the train on that little section. Adding some more details. Trees do a lot of work, you know. Again, otherwise it looks bald. Yeah, putting down some more bus routes around this area of the Overview Plateau. As you can see, I made a little map for you. These are all the new areas that we have. So Theater Roads, Overview Plateau, Nymphala Day, Higher Falls Town Hall, which is new, Silver Cliff, and then of course up north, or east actually, we have the two new towns of Upper Suburbia and Trader Town. And shrink that down. Ooh. And as you can see, laying down more routes, having a couple of tunnels going through the map. Don't want to rely on tunnels too much, but it helps with spacing a lot, significantly. I'm probably not going to apply tunnels everywhere on the map. I just wanted to do a couple here, as well as I think that it looks interesting, as well as going like below the rails and stuff. You don't want to interrupt train traffic, of course. Trying to figure out a good color. Like I want every district, like every bus line in every district to have like different colors. So Purple Suburbia is going to be blue instead of purple. I might change that around actually to purple, but I'm going to have like Avicenna Avenue is going to be like turquoise or something. It's going to be pretty sweet. Turquoise. Different pronunciations. I like turquoise. That's like closer to French. It's starting to feel like Raining Blood is playing. As you can see, sometimes I have to make do with the crazy tracks. Finishing up this side of Silver Cliff here. And as you can see, not a lot of people want to work in the industry jobs anymore. Pretty weird. Let's have some nice overviews of the city. Here along the cliffside, looking down on Theater Roads here with the balloon, which is kind of the centerpiece of Trader Town. Pretty nice. Of course, a new park that we built in Nymphala Day Lions Park. Of course, a classic Welcome to sign with the church in the foreground. Have a transition from the day to night. Beautiful. I really like the ambiance that you get in this town. It's like this. It's in between. It feels busy. It looks busy, but it's also it's still quite restrictive. Anyway, guys, that's the video. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you next Wednesday, of course. And can't believe it's already over. Jesus, that went fast, huh? Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to love yourself like I love you and all that crap. I mean it though. Whatever. Woo! Yeah, so see you next time in the beautiful, what was it? The city of,